Well. Chelsea 2, Burnley 2. Yeah, I'm a bit. I mean, I'm not fully surprised, but I'm just shocked at the manner that we've conceded the goals. It's hard. It's hard to watch as a Chelsea fan, and I know we all talk about patience, and I understand maybe against big teams we could struggle, or we're not ready, but against Burnley, I think they're 5 to 8 points behind, above relegation. They've come back with 10 men. They've shown fight. They've shown passion. They nearly stole it at the end. Rodriguez, me and Sindra were talking about it on WhatsApp that when he come on, he's giving me PTSD. He reminded me of the nightmares, at Southampton, the quickest goal against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, I think it was. And it was just worrying, man. It's just worrying as a Chelsea fan. I know, we've got people like Matt would just say, look, I'm just negative, and I get that. I am very negative. I agree with him. I am very negative, but I'm negative for a reason. We care about this football club, and it is going to take a while to get back to where we should be, but not with performances like this today. I see Poch celebrating when it was 2-1, rightly so, but there was nothing from him. 2-2, 5 minutes ago, there was nothing. There was no urgency. There was no. The players just giving up. And Sindra, I'm sorry for talking for so much. I need to introduce you immediately, but I don't understand how we've gone from 1-0 halftime, penalty, ice cold, Panenka, of course, 20 goals and assists for the season, of course, in the Premier League. Red card, come out second half, and then little do we see Burnley score, and it was a great goal. Enzo Fernandez tried it as well himself and couldn't hit a ball, and it shows you like when you have to give your 100%, when you're fighting for your survival in the Premier League, you see what levels you can push. They could have put an upset today. Well, to be honest, the 2-2 is still an upset, but it could have been 3-2. The corners, I just
I can understand now why we're going for a set piece coach and building a set piece coach team, because we are absolutely awful at set pieces. I think we're one of the worst sides at set pieces or conceding from set pieces in the league. And before the J. Rodriguez crossbar, I was looking at one player, right? And that was a guy, the O'Shea guy who scored the second goal. I was seeing Noni Madueke standing in front of him. Like, why on earth are we putting our tall defenders on their tall defenders? Why are we doing zonal marking when it doesn't work? We can't zonal mark. I would just say man-to-man mark them. They're one guy less than us. They have a red card, so that means we have one guy free to cover space, and everyone else take a player and follow that player to whatever cost. Why do we do the zonal marking thing, which we have seen in the last 3 seasons? It doesn't work for us. We can't zonal mark on set pieces for shit. We saw it in the League Cup final. We see it now. We're one of the worst teams when it comes to set pieces in the league. We are one of the teams that concede the most goals from set pieces. There's no reason. There's a reason why the teams are crossing against us and scoring from set pieces, free kicks, corners. This is why I hate. There's one thing I hate more than anything when I see, and that's giving away cheap free kicks from in our own half, because I'm more scared of that from a team than sometimes them scoring from open play, because we are so bad at set pieces. Like, what are we doing?
Bro, I'm just I'm just shocked, man. Everyone that's tuning in, man, please
Yeah.
like the video. Let us know if you're Poch in or Poch out. We'll be talking about this properly now. But let us know if you're Poch in, Poch out. Like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification. As we
Yeah.
said, we'll be
And
covering all games after the games at full time. But the most important content will be coming from June. We'll be doing
mhm,
regular
mhm.
content with myself.
and and I was watching the Newcastle games there because I would say it is an important game for us Chelsea fans to watch, because if they would have lost and we would have won, we would have gone 2 points ahead of them in the table,
Have a
right?
game in hand?
I think one or two games in hand. Yes,
Yeah.
I think we have one game in hand on them. But
Can't believe this.
the, like, we are complaining about injuries, of course, but a team that's deservedly complaining more about injuries than us is Newcastle. They
Mm.
had one of their they had Jamal Sells coming off today.
Yeah.
They had, I think, one or two other players going off injured, uh, and they they were down 2-1 in the second half when the
What
second
was the
half
final
began.
score? What was the final score?
4-3 to Newcastle. Yeah, so they were down. They were down 2-1. What do? They go back and score another goal. Of course, I would say it wasn't deserved because it was a penalty. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, nah, so the ball falls to Calvin Phillips in West Ham's box. He's about to clear it. Anthony Gordon just steps in front of
Steps in. Okay.
in
Yeah.
front of him. He's not even playing the ball. He just steps in front of him. What does Calvin Phillips do? Because he's mid action of kicking the
Of
ball.
kicking. Yeah.
He kicked Anthony Gordon. In my
It's like
opinion,
Doku against Liverpool, but they didn't
yeah,
give the penalty. They didn't give the
yeah,
penalty.
yeah. But so I don't know how that's a penalty, because he can't. Calvin Phillips can't do anything there, because someone steps in front of your foot when you're kicking. You can't really do anything about it.
Mm.
And if if Anthony Gordon would have stepped in front of him with the back towards Calvin Phillips and then toe poked the ball and then got kicked, I would have understood it. But yeah, it doesn't matter. That's a whole
But
of the
look,
game.
as you said, different game, but
Yeah,
our competition. Newcastle have gained points today.
yeah.
We are, we are, yet again behind. We do have a game in hand against Tottenham, which I don't know what the final score was. They were losing 1-0.
I can check.
Yeah, we'll check that as well.
But we have a really important game on Thursday, also against United. That is a must-win game. Like, we lost to them at Old Trafford 3-0.
Must win game.
It's a must-win. Like I saw something on Twitter today, like or X. Like, we were like six. If we were 6 or something points off top 6, with 3 games in hand or something like that. As we had like 3 games in hand on United and something like that.
Yeah. I remember
Yeah.
earlier. Yeah.
So that is a must-win game, because if we would have won this game and then beaten United, I would say we're back in for top 6.
That's over, man. That's over.
Yeah, I know it's over, but it would
Look,
have been possible.
look. I need to ask something. Were we missing Thiago Silva today? Because there's a lot of criticism when he was dropped. A lot of people saying that, oh, we play better, we look better defensively. Is he missing now? Do we miss him in this team?
I would say a little bit. Like, we're missing his leadership at certain points in the game, like when you're holding on to a lead. But I would also say,
But I think the defending from the corner, he would have been a lot more organized
yeah, and he would organize the team better. But we are also going to need to risk dropping him, because we don't know if we're going to renew his contract. We don't know if he wants to stay. We don't know what's going on with Poch and Thiago Silva, if there's something going on there. So we need to prepare for a future without Thiago Silva. Of course, people would say maybe Thiago should play, and or some people want him to play, some people don't want him to play. Uh, but we need to be prepared for years without him, because he's 14 soon. He will either go back to Brazil, sign a 1 year contract, or maybe go into coaching staff this season.
Mm.
So yeah, we need to prepare without him. So I don't know if we needed to play him today, but I've seen a comment there which says Thiago Silva slows down the attack. I wouldn't say we had a really like high paced attacking threat today. Sometimes
No,
it
it was
was.
it was a bit faster. It was a
Yeah,
bit faster.
it was a bit faster, but I wouldn't say if he was playing it would have changed that much, because when we were pushing on in the last 5 minutes, like we had both centre backs over the halfway line. We played like we had like two players back, and everyone else was trying to do something in Burnley's final third. But there is no movement. I understand Burnley are playing a low block and try to defend, but we need to move our feet. We can't stand on our heels, and we need to move around to cause problems from the Burnley defenders. They are, of course, don't forget, they are one man less than us, so we should have a 1 man advantage. So they should, if they,
It's a Chelsea thing. Whenever we go one
yeah,
extra man, we play like 10 men.
yeah. But like, if say they try to say go man for man mark us for some reason, we will have one player who's completely free at all times, because they were one this person. But why don't we move our feet? Like, I'm just seeing Cole Palmer in the last seconds of the game, standing on the edge of the box, trying to do something. No one is moving around him, trying to give him something to play on and do stuff. We don't. This is what the difference between, say, Man City and us. Of course, Man City have a much better squad and better
Bro,
players.
we need to forget about Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool,
Nah,
and these guys. We need to talk about Newcastle
nah.
and Wolves and
I'm not comparing us on the level with them at the moment, because I know we aren't. But I'm saying, if you want to get on their level, we need to do what we want to look at what they do in certain games. Say a low block team, and try to not play like them, but figure our own way to play against a low block team, because we know in this season we can't play against these kind of teams for jack shit. We struggle so much against them. But
no, listen. There's a few things that we need to add on this as well. Obviously, everyone in the comments, man, appreciate everyone that's tuning in. Please like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification. Let me know in the comments if you're worried about Chelsea. Let me know if you're Poch in, Poch out. I do want to say, obviously, defensively, we were shocking from set pieces and all this stuff. However, offensively, we were creating as usual, but we were missing sitters. I feel like even though Cole Palmer had 2 goals,
yeah,
he kind of let me down in some of these chances. I can't really blame him fully, because obviously he scores the most important goals. He still gets us over the line. Him and Gusto are given 100%. They are unbelievable players. They are 2 best players in the team currently and have been for
yeah,
quite a while. But there are chances that he missed. Nicholas Jackson, as always. Sindra, look, I'm going to take it back to our WhatsApp chat with the
yeah,
others. I didn't make the comparison of him and Drogba and Torres and stuff. I was
yeah.
saying that
I know that. I know that.
I know you know, but what I'm trying to say is the impact that he's having recently is good. He's a
Yeah, it's
very,
good.
very
It's
good
good.
team player. He's around, he's involved, he's not
Yeah,
missing, he's not, disappearing from games. However, he's missing basic chances. I've watched this guy in person. He has improved massively from that game. I went Wolves away Christmas Eve. He could not kick a ball, bro. He could not hit
yeah,
with his left foot. He could not control. He could not do anything. I have seen massive improvement from Nicholas Jackson.
yeah.
However, he is missing sitters
He,
and
I
sitters.
know.
And Sterling, I said to you, he will score the winner today.
You
He done an
almost wrote.
amazing assist, 10 out of 10
Yeah.
assists. I'm happy the fans clapped him on. I'm happy the
Yeah.
fans showed him support following his
Mm-hmm.
Instagram post from the last game where he was booed and everything. he made a fantastic assist, a
Beautiful
fantastic
flick.
Hazard
Beautiful flick.
assist back heel, and
Mhm.
Cole Palmer put it through. However, he misses the most important chance. Another one.
Yeah. I think also that has to do with the keeper. You know what? You would also be scared when you are like 170 meters high and 1 meter and 98 centimeters guy is coming out of the goal. Like, of course, it's a terrible miss, but I think the goalkeeper also put him a little off when he tries to like kind of see that the keeper's also coming out. I think he then does something with his body that also makes the ball go out outside. But yes, it's good to see Sterling do have a good assist, and I recently I know I slayed him a little bit during the Leicester game and stuff like
A
that,
bit,
but yeah, I know I did.
a bit.
Uh,
You
yeah,
feel a bit more.
yeah. Nah, but I've also now listened to some podcasts, and because everyone, I feel like Chelsea fans also expected Sterling to be like kind of like what Hazard was, our main attacking threat, the main guy, the guy that would score goals, the guy that would put up assists. But don't forget also Sterling and Hazard are two completely different players, and Sterling played in a fantastic team for Guardiola, but you can't forget he was never the main.
He was
Like,
never the main man. He
yeah, he
was
was.
he was bad as well at the beginning. He was
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, he was never the main man at City. He never had to say, okay, I need to step up my game now. I need to take this team on my back and carry it. He had players around him who could help him score goals. Of course, his goal record in the league is phenomenal. He's an amazing player. Don't He's an amazing player. Of course, he hasn't really shown that for Chelsea yet. Um, not He's not really living up to the contract he's on with. He's on £300,000 a week, or 225, somewhere around that. He's not showing the worth on the money he's on, but he performed better today. Like, I think Poch did the right thing when of course after game he got scrutinized and booed and stuff like that. He did the right thing to say, you know what, take a breather. You don't start this game, and that was the right thing to do. Just let him try and clear his head and move on from this, and hopefully he can help us impact the games more in the future, and of course help us
Yeah.
maybe get to European position, because even though it drew to Burnley, the season is still not over. It's still
Oh
like,
my
I
days.
know you hate it, but we can't. We can at least be a little bit optimistic. We never know. Of course, I'm seeing a lot of people say Sack
Sindri, this
Poch.
is bottom of the table. 10 men, bottom of the table, struggling. And
Hey,
we've got
hey! Last season we lost twice to bottom of the league table, Southampton.
Tottenham 1-2-1.
Yeah, Tottenham won 2-1. I forgot to say that. Yeah, nah.
Guys, everyone tuning in, man. Keep liking the video. Your help helps out the channel
Yeah,
so
big up
much.
everyone.
Is
Big up.
one click. Please like the video,
Mhm,
subscribe, and hit the notification. We'll be covering all games immediately at full time. Myself, Sindre, and as we
mhm.
said, from June when the transfer market opens and contracts ends, we will be doing all the
It's
outgoings,
business time,
incomings
baby.
of this football club. You'll be seeing more videos from us during that period. But for
Mhm.
now, we got to get through it like Chelsea. Chelsea are going through something right now. We are
Yeah,
struggling. We I can't sit here and say I'm enjoying Chelsea Football Club. Yes, I'm still hyped for big games. I'm going to be hyped for the Chelsea United game on Thursday,
yeah.
100%. But it's like
I sometimes feel like we're playing good attacking football. We just aren't putting the chances that
you,
we
you
are
made a point.
creating.
You made a point today. The players were putting a lot more power in the
Yeah,
chances. Obviously, there was a lot going over the bar. There was
we
Mudryk over the bar, but
Gallagher.
Gallagher. Oh, let's
Nah,
talk
but
about Gallagher quickly. Let's talk about Gallagher quickly. I
he
mean,
he was okay. I wouldn't say it was bad, but he wasn't good. He was okay. Like, it's a map performance. I would say some decision making swore off. like I know in the first half he got a pass from Mudryk, a beautiful pass by the way in my opinion, that just sliced through the defense. He then decided to turn around, take a shot instead of just dinking it out to Cole Palmer, who was free, wide open on the right, and maybe could have finessed it into goal. But yeah, it's not a good game. Like, but I would say Mudryk was also a little positive today. It's good to see how he's getting more confident. Like I would say he was good in this game. Like created a penalty, got the red card or the second yellow. Of course, he got both yellow cards on Aston Young. So he got him sent off, and he was a nuisance at times. We could see that Burn after the red card, Burnley put two players on him.
Mm.
They wouldn't let him be alone with a player because they knew that if he would maybe cook cook him. So they double teamed Mudryk, which is
Mm.
showing
Would
that he's improving. Like, there's not a lot of teams that have put two players on Mudryk yet, but when you do that, when you are, of course, one man down, it says they think you are a threat.
Yeah, this one
But
here is a tough one as well. Have we improved? I don't know. I feel
like
like
I would say it's a little bit like we have improved offensively, but we've also been worse defensively. It's like when we saw Tuchel come into the team, what did he do? He changed the system so we would be defensively solid. What happened? We struggled offensively and we didn't score goals. At point, we scored some goals, but we didn't score that many. What I feel like Poch has done is kind of the opposite. Like we have improved offensively. We scored more goals last year. I think we scored like over 20 goals more this season than we did the entire last season. Don't forget, we scored roughly a goal a game last year. We scored 38 goals in 38 matches. That's terrible for a team which we consider ourselves a top six club or overall top six club.
mm,
Uh, but now we have scored more goals, but we have. I think this is our worst defensive record in Premier
record.
League history,
Yeah.
like overall in history, which of course it's bad, but last year was our worst offensively record in the Premier League. So I don't know what you want. Do you want us to be more offensively good or defensively bad or defensively good?
I
I don't
mean,
know. I don't know what you want
offensively
more.
good is good, but
Yeah.
we're not putting the chances away. I think if we put the chances away, we could win 4-3 games,
Yeah,
5-4.
like that's the only thing. Like we are, we just need to be more clinical with our chances. But I would say today it was a tale of we were bad with taking our chances, but also the keeper was really good. Like you can't doubt that Muric, the Burnley goalkeeper, was doing well.
He was phenomenal.
He
And
he
we always see this every year. I remember a couple of years ago, Newcastle had Tim Krul, and
yeah,
Tim Krul would save everything. I think
the
it was like
octopus.
15 to 20 saves.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
always a goalkeeper a season where they need to turn up against
mm,
Chelsea. We turn them into your prime
yeah,
bosses and all those guys. It's just like, why us?
yeah.
Poch. Let's talk
True.
about Poch quickly because obviously we're not going to be streaming for too long. Let's talk about Poch. I mean, we know realistically there's no point in getting rid of him right now
Yeah,
because
it's
season's
like
kind of
it's like 10
you know
games left for us.
yeah. Like, is there any point? But have you lost faith in him right now? Are you?
I'm starting to lose a bit of the faith, but I know that he can do something because we saw it with of course he didn't do that well with PSG, but we saw it. I feel a little bit more with Tottenham when he first arrived. They were struggling, but then he turned
But
around.
you want Tottenham level, so you've accepted.
Well, the Tottenham level you're talking about is a team that's actually fighting for a title. You know that, which is better than what we have now. Of course, I want Tottenham level, but more. I'm not saying I'm okay with Tottenham now. I say I'm saying I want the level that he produced at Tottenham, where he, of course, bottled a two-league title race to Leicester, but he also, I think he was in another one, or at least he was around top four every single year at a certain point for Tottenham, and produced some good players. Don't forget, he turned Dele Alli into one of the best offensive players, young offensive players in the league at only 20 years old. Christian Eriksen was, of course, a danger. I would say we missed like Eriksen and Harry Kane. Like, if we had like a dangerous set piece player, which Poch has talked about, like someone who could whip in the ball, like take the corners, so we are more a threat from corners, um, like we're missing. I would kind of say, well, at the moment we're missing like a Hakim Ziyech at some points. He could put in a good cross. Juan Mata, Hazard, Pero, like we're missing a crucial set piece specialist,
Mm.
and we're missing a crucial, like a striker who could bag 15 plus goals a year or in a season, which Poch had, and also we had a really solid team as well, like Moussa Dembele, like Alderweireld and Vertonghen, Hugo
No, it's
Lloris.
true. It's true.
He built a really good team. We can't deny that. We like, I know we're talking about one of like the team that Chelsea fans hate the most, but he still made them a really good team.
No, it's true, but I feel like the quality of the Premier League has obviously changed. I
Yeah,
mean,
it has. Maybe
it's
he
it's, it's
isn't.
not as it's not. I feel like now it's a lot stronger.
Yeah, but
But
that's also, if you say that, that's also one thing I think with Mourinho. I think this Mourinho would maybe struggle in the Premier League. Like,
he said he's not interested in Chelsea. Chelsea are
yeah,
not the same. He said it himself.
yeah. I know I know. I was going to say the same thing. Like, I know he said that to a fan who met him in, was it Saudi Arabia,
Proudly,
or
yeah, my friend.
yeah,
Yes.
Saudi, yeah. So it's of course concerning when he says that, but it's also true. We aren't the same Chelsea that we were four seasons ago when we won when we won the Champions League.
Was it 4 years ago?
Yeah, it was 2020, or 3 years ago, 2020, 2021
Yeah, it
was,
feels like
yeah.
yesterday.
So we aren't the same. We aren't the same side or same club, and we need to start accepting it. Of course, it will take time, but this is a completely new ownership uh, that wants to take us back. But we also need to at least trust them in certain ways. That I hope they know what they're doing, and
Time will tell.
yeah,
Time will tell for sure.
that's the only thing. We just need to be patient and wait to see what the future has in store, because we can't really do anything. We're only, of course, we can start protesting and stop buying tickets and stuff like that. But what will that do? That will just make our club suffer even more.
No, but you
If
have to suffer in that short term for something else to change for the long term. That's the whole
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
You suffer short term
but
with these things.
I also trust in, like, the bigger communities, like the supporter trust, and the people who are in contact with the club, to try to convince them that they need to do something. Like,
They've tried. They've
yeah,
tried for quite a while. They've made statements.
one thing I miss. We need a director of football. We need a sporting director. Like, why on earth aren't we looking for a, like, now I'm also concerned because, Liverpool are just losing their entire backroom staff and Jurgen Klopp. But what have they done? They have signed back Edwards, their
Mm,
former sporting director, into a higher position, and
mm.
then he has also gone out and said, "This is the sporting director I want for Liverpool," and he built the best Liverpool team in the Premier League history. Like, a team that would challenge City for 2 years in a row, 2 to 3 years in a row, win the Champions League, get to like three finals. He built that team with Klopp and others, and the scouts and stuff like that. So why on earth aren't we getting a director of football and getting someone who could identify the right players for the right manager, and say and work real close with the manager and say, okay, you want this player, let me look at him and stuff like that. We need a director of football. We can't go around with what we're doing at the moment at the club, and I think that's also affecting Poch. But we also injuries are also affecting Poch because, of course, Malo Gusto has been really good and have made Chelsea fans not talk about Reece James as much and how much we miss him,
It's true.
because
It's
he
true.
has stepped up when we needed him. He has stepped up in that right back position. I hear people slander Gusto on social media and stuff like that, and saying Conor Bradley is better than him and Pedro Porro is better than him. Yeah, Emnal was a good director of football.
Yeah, Manolo. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember the way he
So
left was a sad way.
yeah, so why can't Clear Lake and Tobole and Egbale go out and look for a director of football and a sporting director and say, okay, try to convince them to come to Chelsea, because we need someone to set a structure for this club. At this moment, I don't feel like there's any structure. Like, we don't know which players we should buy. We're looking at every single young up and coming star there is in the world, like Esteve Williams or Esteve from Brazil, Inaki, Williams Jr. from Athletic Bilbao. Uh, we're looking at all these type of players, but do we really need them? Like,
No,
I know,
we don't.
no, we don't know what we want. Like, I know we want a striker like Osman, Ivan Toney, Victor Gyökeres. We're looking at, but we need to identify a player. I think someone who could also be similar to Harry Kane in a way, because if we have a player that could be similar to Harry Kane in skill sets, Pochettino would know what to do with him, because he coached Harry Kane
Yeah.
and polished him to the player he is today.
You know, it's very, very true. Listen,
So
Sindre, I would love to speak a lot more, but I have to break my
yeah,
fast for Ramadan. So
yeah, I understand that.
I have to head
So
out, unfortunately.
I'm not Poch out completely, but I'm starting to go there. Maybe think Poch is the right man for this club anymore. But
We'll see. I mean, look, it
I
depends
hope
on the outgoings.
he should stay for a season, because, like you said, there's no point in sacking him now. If we sack him now, in my opinion, if we want to make things worse.
Yeah, no, it's true, but time will tell.
Yeah.
Let's see who comes in and who leaves. I mean, we'll be
Hmm.
covering it, of course. I want to thank you for coming on and talking about Chelsea during this difficult time. I want to thank
Yeah.
everyone else for tuning in as well. Please like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification. We'll be
Hmm.
back on Thursday night. Hopefully, Sindhu can make it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll be
We
back
will
soon.
see.
We'll be back
Yeah.
soon. We'll see you guys soon, man.
Take care.
Peace.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell notification so we know when on Thursday we are going live, or if Sadiq decides to make a video, you'll know when he's posted it.
Well said. Well said. Big up everyone. Varna, Peter, all you guys in the comments. Big up to you, lot, man.
Big up,
Peace.
everyone.
End the video.
Take care.